parenting is the hardest and the most challenging of all jobs. We are not born with good parenting skills, are we? Do you want your kids to have the ability to regulate their own emotional states? Hi everyone, welcome to a pre-recorded session on emotional intelligence for better parenting. This is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. We believe that parenting is the hardest and the most challenging of all jobs, but at the same time, the most rewarding and fun. Congratulations, you have embarked a journey of learning, growing, and evolving, because parenting is really about our constant learning. And we are not born with good parenting skills, are we? We parents really, and I'm a mother of 3, so I feel you, I get it. When there are moments where we feel stuck, there are times where we feel lost, and we question ourselves, am I on the right path? So again, pat yourself on the back. The fact that you're watching this video means that you really deeply care about your parenting journey. And there is no judgment here. We are all work and learn. We are parents for life, because parenting really is about the parents, about us parents, and it's about mutual learning and mutual growth. I believe that parenting is a perfect place for self-discovery. With my 3 kids, I get constant feedback from them on what to do, what not to do, and how to do, and believe me, it's fun and challenging at the same time. So do you want your kids to have the ability to regulate their own emotional states? Do you want your children to be better at understanding other people's feelings and emotions? Do you want your children to have better friendships and deep, meaningful connections with others? Do you want your child to cope with life's ups and downs? The process then really starts with you. If you want more emotionally intelligent, emotionally more aware, and emotionally more expressive children, then we have the right module for you. Being an emotionally intelligent parent will give you the chance, will give you the opportunity to build more emotional intelligence for yourself and for them to grow together. And we will help you in this journey. So let us first begin by understanding what emotional intelligence really stands for. And before that, I want us to do a fun activity. And if you're doing this individually, or if you're doing this as a couple, if you're a single parent, sitting in a group or sitting alone, I want you to take a pause, 1 minute, think of the following answers. As a parent, I am, complete the sentence. As a parent, I can, complete the sentence. I believe that, ... I enjoy ... I am learning to. So for instance, for me as a parent, I am a conscious parent. I can learn alongside my children. I believe that parenting is the perfect place for self-growth and learning. I enjoy spending one-on-one time with my 3 children. And I'm learning to be a calmer parent. So please do this individually, or if you're in a group, you can do it together and share with each other, so that it becomes a good, fun, and engaging opportunity for you. Now, moving on, let's understand why emotional intelligence is so important. Why are we talking about it as parents? Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to first understand and manage your own emotions and those of people around you. People with high degree of emotional intelligence, they know exactly what they're feeling. It's the highest form of intelligence. They know what their emotions are telling them, and then how these emotions impact them and people around them. For parents, having emotional intelligence is essential for positive parenting and for developing emotional intelligence in our children. So what are the key components of emotional intelligence? There are 5 key components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, empathy, motivation, self-regulation, and social skills. And like I said, that we parents are not born with good parenting skills. There is no guide, there is no manual. We really are a product of our parents' upbringing. But the good news is, it's our responsibility to learn skills, to learn, unlearn, relearn, and build habits so that we as parents can become more self-aware. So moving on, let's just do an activity so that this becomes interesting and relatable for you. Let's get to know ourselves better. And this is a safe space. There is no judgment on anyone. If you're doing this in a group, please, and let's say you're a couple, you're a parent, you're sitting and watching this video together. Each one of you gets 2 minutes to think of the below questions. As a parent, what makes you unique? What are your core strengths? You can even do this individually. What are your core weaknesses or areas of improvement as a parent? What do you wish to accomplish? What is your communication style? Well, I'm guilty of sometimes communicating with my children in a commanding, controlling, dictating, demanding, or ordering style. While today I know, because I do this work of teaching parents, that there is an effective way. There is an assertive way of communicating with our children, where when we communicate with love, with respect and assertion, our children listen to us. Our children connect with us. And this is what helps build our bond with our children. So as parents, it's very important to check in with ourselves and really ask ourselves, what is my communication style? Is it serving me? Is it helping me in having a better relationship with my child? Or is there something about my communication style that needs work? Is there something about my attitude and behavior that needs a little bit of correction? Because like I said, parenting is really the most effective personal growth workshop we parents can sign up for, because our children reflect back who we are, what we do, and how we do it. And for that, it is very important to learn self-regulation. Parents who know how to regulate themselves effectively rarely verbally attack their children or make rushed or emotional decisions, stereotype people, or compromise their values. Self-regulation is all about staying in charge. This does not mean that you never get upset or you never get angry or sometimes your tone or your decibel levels don't go up. The goal really is to become as self-restrained as possible in those tough moments before you react, before you attack, before you use harsh words which once taken out cannot be taken back. So are you able to practice? Most of the times, again, you're human, we all are human, and it's not like I'm always in a happy and positive mood. There are moments that I'm tired and I'm frustrated and I'm feeling angry, but am I able to really practice the pause? Can I pause and reflect and then respond instead of reacting and attacking? Knowing your values. If you know what's most important to you, then it probably you won't have to think twice when you're faced with a moral or ethical decision. You'll make the right choice because you have done the work of knowing your values better. Hold yourself accountable. If you tend to blame others when something goes wrong, we need to stop. And this is what we mostly do. And I'm guilty of the same, where when I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling unhappy, or I'm feeling sad, what do? We tend to blame others for our sorrows. We blame others for our unhappiness. We complain to others. And I'm guilty of the same, but the goal really is to hold ourselves accountable, because emotionally intelligent people know that they are in charge of their emotions. We have to learn to take emotional ownership, emotional responsibility of how I am feeling, and then learn to communicate those feelings to others in a healthy way without injuring our loved ones. Practicing being calm in the chaos, practicing deep breathing exercise to calm yourself down, or exercising, or writing down your negative thoughts, and by journaling your thoughts. All these tools and techniques are very helpful in practicing the calm in the chaos. And it's okay if in your parenting journey there are moments where you're not able to practice the calm, but again, the goal really is to learn from these moments. These are teachable moments for us, so that I know, what can I do better next time? How can I grow from this experience? What do I need to do differently in order for me to practice more calm? That really is the goal, because like I said, parenting is not just about teaching our children, it's also about us learning to be our better selves. So teaching your children emotional intelligence is as important, if not a little more important, that's what I think, than teaching them just math and science. Don't get me wrong, maths and science is important. Equally important is teaching our children how to manage their emotions. Only then they'll be better equipped to handle stress, modern day stress and conflict that will come their way. It's the greatest gift we can give our children, our emotional well-being, our emotional health. And only if we practice it can we model it for our children, because children don't listen to our advice and our lectures. They do what we do. They follow our example. So how do we really increase our children's emotional intelligence? Because emotional intelligence appears to be such a strong predictor of success today, psychology is saying it, science is saying it, researchers have looked at how caregivers can encourage its development. Parents respond to children's emotions in 4 possible ways. Dismissing parents see children's emotions as unimportant and attempt to eliminate them quickly because it makes them feel uncomfortable, and they do this through distraction. The disapproving parents sometimes see negative emotions as something to be squashed, usually through punishment. The laissez-faire parents accept all emotions from their child but fail to help the child solve problems or put limits on appropriate behaviors. And the last is the emotional coaching parents, who value negative emotions, who understand that we all are human and we have to experience the entire rainbow of emotions, even the unpleasant ones. So instead of denying, dismissing, or quick fixing our children's unhealthy or let's say negative emotions, these parents are patient with their children and allow their children to freely express their feelings and their emotions. And they use the tools of emotional intelligence as an opportunity for bonding with their child and offering guidance by helping their children label their emotions and help them in problem solving. Dr. Gottman's research shows that children of parents who are following the emotional coaching style are physically healthier, they do better at school, they have better grades, and they get along better with their friends. So how do we really then move on to practicing the 5 steps of emotion coaching? Very simply, I will share with you things that I'm practicing and still work and learn. Emotional coaching parents follow the 5 basic steps to help their children with emotions. Sometimes this can take a great deal of time. It requires practice and your patience. But again, we are rooting for you. We know you can do this. It is the best gift that you can give yourself. Dr. Gottman found that emotion coaching parents only followed all 5 steps 20 to 25% of the time, suggesting that there is no need for guilt, as no parent can complete all the process all the time. So here goes. We have for you this beautiful slide where step by step we have defined for you how to follow these 5 steps. Number 1, be aware of your child's emotions. Number 2, see emotions as an opportunity for connection and teaching. Third, listen and validate their feelings. Number 4, help them label their emotions, because children don't have the emotional vocabulary. Sometimes we parents don't have the emotional vocabulary. So please make sure that we are all emotionally literate. There are wide rainbow of emotions that we experience, not just mad, sad, scared or stressed. There are many emotions within these emotions, and it's very important to learn to first label and acknowledge them in yourself. Only then can you help your child in labeling and identifying their emotions. Number 5, help your child in problem solving by setting limits. So if you see this beautiful tree in front of you in this slide, this gives you stepwise how to be more aware of your children's emotions. Parents who emotional coach are aware of their own feelings and they're sensitive to the emotions of their children, and they're able to easily pick up what the child may be feeling and encourage their children for emotional expression so that their feelings are acknowledged instead of denying, dismissing or shaming our children for feeling negative or unpleasant emotions, because it makes me feel uncomfortable as a parent. Then these parents see emotions as an opportunity to really connect and bond with their children. They listen without judgment. They listen without giving a quick fix, and they validate their children's feelings. Again, emotional validation is like oxygen. Emotional validation is a need, a fundamental need. When somebody is sharing something with us, what we tend to do, we tend to quickly problem solve or give unsolicited advice. We need to learn to validate by simply listening to the other person, reflect back on what you have really heard, and then telling your child that you understand what they're seeing and experiencing. Let's say your child is having a difficult day or is finding a task difficult. All you need to say is that I can see why this is difficult for you, Amana. I'm here for you. And together, let's figure out a way how to help you. Instead of shaming the child for feeling that a task is difficult, I can emotionally offer support by telling the child that yes, I'm here for you. I'm so sorry, I'm sure this is difficult for you, but I am here for you. Emotional validation really shows our children that we care and we are there. And then helping them with labeling their emotions even helps them understand that yes, there is an emotional vocabulary and there are emotions that can be expressed in a healthy way. Then you move on to help your child problem solve. All emotions in our house are acceptable, but all behaviors are not helpful. So help your child to cope with her emotions by developing problem solving skills. Limit the expression to appropriate behaviors. This involves helping your child set goals and generate solutions. For instance, just this morning, one of my twin daughters was angry and she started to shout at her other twin. So I told her, Amana, it's okay to be angry. All emotions are valid. It's not okay for you to shout and be rude at your sister. And just don't hold on to your anger. It's okay to be angry. It's not okay to be rude or disrespectful or harsh. When you talk to your children, when you are calm, when you have done the work of labeling the child's emotion, the child feels heard, the child feels understood, the child feels validated and does not attack back. And just by letting your child know that I'm sure I can see that this is difficult for you, you can try to help yourself calm down. I'm here for you and we can figure this out together. So, few examples for you. Number one, acknowledge your child's perspective and then empathize. It's hard for you to stop playing and come to dinner, Ayana. Still, it's time now. We need to stop. You wish you could have me all to yourself, Amana, don't you? Just telling your child this makes your child feel heard and understood. You're so disappointed that it's raining, Arjun. I feel you. I know it's frustrating at times. You want to stay up later like the big kids, Arjun. I know. However, we have a family rule that there is a curfew for you. So these are few examples where we can help our children regulate their feelings better. First, I have to be regulated myself, and then I can help my child so that my child feels heard, understood, and respected. Why does this encourage emotional intelligence? Because when feeling understood triggers soothing biochemicals. That neural pathways you're strengthening each time he or she feels soothed by you, and that's what they really want. And this is the gift that we can give them, these tools, so that once they're older, they can use it for themselves. Children develop empathy by experiencing its learned behavior when they experience it from others. You're helping your child reflect on his or her experience and what triggers his feelings or her feelings. For little ones, just knowing there's a name for their feeling is a very good and an early tool in learning to manage the emotions that flood them. An example to share this with you. Allow expression. You're so mad your brother broke your toy, Amana. I understand, and it's never okay to hit, even when you're very mad. Tell your brother in your words how you feel. Beautiful opportunity to create connection. Help your child resolve the problem. Take responsibility for his or her emotions. It's okay to feel our feelings. It's not okay to act or react on our feelings or attack others. So if I'm feeling angry, it's my responsibility that I'm feeling the anger. There is a healthy way for me to express this anger, but only if as a parent I allow my child, I give my child the freedom and the permission to experience the unhealthy or unpleasant emotions. Will my children have the tools and the techniques to manage their emotions better? You seem worried about the trip today, Ayana. I used to get anxious on field trips too in kindergarten, you know. You want to tell me more about it? Can you see what you've done here? You've literally given your child the space to express freely and openly without judgment or your reactivity. You can tell your teenager, you're so frustrated, right, Arjun? Nothing seems to be going right for you this morning. I wonder if you just need to cry. Everybody needs to cry sometimes, so do I. Come, snuggle with me. And you can cry as much as you want, giving your children, and I give our son this permission, it's okay to cry. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. The fact that you can feel your feelings and release them in a healthy way is the goal. What we tend to do is we deny our feelings, we don't have the tools to express them, we hide them, we block them, we pretend, we swallow them, we eat them. And then what happens? We get emotional stress, we get emotional distress, and we attract disease and illness because we're not at ease with ourselves. Our emotions have to be released in a healthy way, and there are healthy ways to release our emotions. And giving our children the opportunity to do that with us is one of the best things we can do as parents. And why this encourages emotional intelligence again is your acceptance. Your acceptance helps your child accept their emotions, which is what allows us to resolve our feelings and release them and move on. So it helps them better regulate their emotions. Your acceptance teaches your child that her emotional life is not dangerous, it's not shameful, and in fact is universal and is manageable. She learns that she's not alone. She learns that even the less pleasant parts of herself are acceptable, which means that she is wholly okay just the way she is. As parents, it's our prime responsibility to unconditionally love and accept our children for who they are and allow them to express themselves freely and help them, guide them, and teach them the healthy ways. For example, listen to your child's feelings. This is the third example. You seem so unhappy right now, Arjun. Everybody gets upset sometimes. I feel you. Your feelings are valid. I'm here for you. Tell me more about it. Would you like to talk about it? Full stop. This is all you need to say to your child so that your child feels that you care and you're really listening to your child's feelings and offering your support. You're so sad and mad, Amana. You just want to scream and yell and cry, don't you? Everybody feels that way sometimes, Amana. I'm right here listening and see all those big feelings that you're having. It's okay. You can show me how mad and sad you are. I'm here for you. You're so mad, Ayana. You're yelling at me to go away. I'll move back a little, but these feelings sometimes hurt and scare me, and I won't leave you alone with these upsetting feelings. I'm right here and you're safe, Ayana. You can be as sad and as mad as you want, and when you're ready, I'm here and I want to hug you. What have you done here? Offered your child unconditional love and support and model for your child. Like I said, it's a learned behavior. Model to your child empathy and emotional support, and this is what they will follow once they become adults, and this will help them in forging deep, meaningful, positive relationships with others. So again, why this encourages emotional intelligence? Because the nature of healthy human emotions is to move through and pass from these unhelpful or unhealthy emotions. And when we fend them off or repress them, or our emotions get stuck inside us, then we feel stuck. But there are healthy ways of expressing our emotions, and as children, we have to give them the permission. But when children are terrified of these strong and big emotions which are overwhelming, they don't know how to feel safe enough to experience and express them. And as parents, we are blocking them or telling them to hide them or pretend that these negative emotions don't exist, and they don't know what to do. And then, sometimes our emotions also get stored in our bodies. Trauma are nature's way to help. And then traumas happen where children don't have a healthy way to vent their feelings and their emotions. When we help our children feel safe enough to feel their feelings and express their emotions in a healthy way, we not only heal their mind, we also heal their bodies. We help them trust their own emotional process so that they can handle their emotions better without tantrums or repression. Few examples for you which will help foster or teach problem solving. You're so disappointed that Molly can't come over because she's sick. You were really looking forward to playing with her, weren't you, Amana? When you're ready, maybe we can brainstorm ideas of something else to do. That sounds like fun. Ayana, you're pretty frustrated with Sam not giving you a turn. Sometimes you feel like not playing with him anymore, but you also really like playing with him sometimes. I wonder what you could say to Sam so that he could hear how you feel? Again, you're teaching your children how to be assertive. You're teaching them emotional regulation, self-awareness, to stand up for themselves, not suppress and repress their feelings and become people pleasers. You're giving them the tools, the techniques, the skills, and the strategies to come into their own and face the world with confidence and respect. Again, why does this encourage emotional intelligence? Because kids need to express their feelings assertively, respectfully. And they also need to know how to shift gears to find constructive solutions. And as parents, we can't keep offering solutions for them. How else are we going to teach them responsibility and ownership? It takes practice, and I know it seems hard, but it's not impossible. It is difficult, I know it's tough, it takes practice, daily commitment, but you can do it, and I'm rooting for you because I'm practicing this with my children. And research shows that simply empathizing with our children is insufficient to teach them to manage their feelings because they still feel that they are at the mercy of their emotions. Teaching kids to honor their feelings as signals about things they need to handle differently in their lives is what empowers them. All children need coaching to learn to express their needs without attacking the other person. Ask for what you want and need and express your feelings in a healthy manner. For example, play it out. When you notice a negative pattern developing, recognize that your child has some big feelings she doesn't know how to handle, and then step in as the best cure, as the best medicine, which is play. For instance, maybe your 4-year-old wants mommy. Instead of taking it personally, help him or her work through his feelings about how much he prefers mommy by playing a game where poor bumbling daddy tries unsuccessfully to keep him away from her. Dad gets between mom and son and roars, "I won't let you get to mommy. Hey, you just ran right around me. You pushed me right over. You are too strong, but this time you won't get past me." Doesn't this sound fun? This is what children want, the little ones. For them, love is play. They feel most love when their parents play with them, not when we're doing daily chores, making them do homework or getting them ready for bed. It's really getting down at their level and playing and engaging with them. Your 4-year-old will giggle and get a chance to prove he can always have his mom. He'll also discharge all those pent-up worries that makes him demand her more. And again, why does this encourage emotional intelligence? Because all children experience, and we as adults too, experience big feelings on a daily basis. They often feel powerless and pushed around. They feel angry, they feel sad, they feel frightened or even jealous. Emotionally healthy kids know how to process these feelings with play and fun, which is how little ones also then get the tools to self-regulate. Helping your child play out his big inner conflicts lets him resolve them so that he can move to the next age-appropriate developmental challenge. Your child can't put his deeper emotional conflicts into words. That's tough even for most adults. But he can play them out and resolve them without even needing to talk about them through play. Laughter also releases stress hormones just as well as tears and is a lot more fun. So make sure that there are moments where when I'm just about getting angry, you know what I do? I just stop and I start to laugh. And I start giggling and I just shift the emotion, I just shift the gears and I start tickling my children and I tell them the tickle claw is coming to now attack them, and then we make it fun and light. And this helps me also release my big feelings because I'm choosing to laugh about it instead of shouting or getting angry. And it changes the environment, it changes the air around me because the children also then feed off that energy because our energy is contagious. And very important for us as parents to model emotional intelligence. Only then will our children follow. And I know it's hard work. I know it's tough and it's difficult. It's difficult for me too. But again, it's not impossible. And it's the most rewarding work you will ever do. It's the greatest gift you will give your children. I hope this pre-recorded session on emotional intelligence for better parenting was useful to you. If you're struggling with any aspects of your life, whether at work or at home in your parenting journey, we are here for you because we care. At Happiness is Love, we believe that only when we build ourselves, each other, can we then build a better future for our children. And it's really our responsibility. It starts with you and it starts with me. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring.